If you're over 35 and struggling to lose belly fat, it's not because you need a more complicated routine. It's because you need a more intentional one. After losing 49 pounds myself and working with women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 70s, I've seen this over and over again. The women who actually achieve a smaller weight, they're not doing extreme things. They're following a few non-negotiable daily habits that most women completely overlook. And once these are in place, weight starts shedding from the midsection almost effortlessly. In this video, I'm breaking down the only 5 daily habits women need for a smaller waist so you can stop guessing and finally start seeing your waist shrink way before summer. And habit number 3, that's where most women unknowingly slow their metabolism even when they think they're doing everything right. And if you want help applying this step by step, you can join my free flat belly challenge in the description below. Habit number 1, start your day with protein. This is where most women unknowingly sabotage their entire day because mornings set the tone for your metabolism. And a lot of women start the day with coffee, toast, a smoothie, or just nothing at all. And on the surface, that may seem harmless. But here's what most women just don't realize. When your first meal is mostly carbs, or when you skip breakfast completely, your blood sugar spikes and crashes. And those crashes drive cravings, energy dips, and late night snacking. But when you start the day with 30 to 40 grams of protein, your body responds differently. Protein stabilizes blood sugar. It increases satiety and it helps preserve lean muscle, which is essential for fat loss after 35. I had a client in her early 50s who told me something super interesting. She said, "Shar, I feel like I'm constantly thinking about food." And when we actually sat down and looked at her mornings together, it actually made sense. Coffee, maybe a little bit of fruit, most of the time nothing. So we made one simple change: protein breakfast, eggs, Greek yogurt, protein smoothies. Within 1 week, she noticed something super surprising to her. Her cravings almost disappeared completely. And within 2 weeks, her waist was tightening, not because she was eating less, but because her body was finally stable. Here's your new standard: protein at breakfast, protein at lunch, and protein at dinner. Because after 35, protein isn't optional, it's foundational. Now, the next habit might surprise you, but it's one of the most powerful fat loss tools available, and almost no one treats it seriously. Habit number 2, walk every single day. This habit sounds simple, almost too simple, but it's one of the biggest differences between women who stay stuck and women whose waistline consistently shrink. Walking improves your insulin sensitivity. It helps regulate your blood sugar and it lowers stress hormones, which is critical because high stress hormones make belly fat harder to lose. But here's the part most women overlook. Even if you work out, you can still be sedentary. One of my clients was training 4 days a week, super disciplined, very consistent, but the rest of her day she was sitting most of the time. Her average daily steps were about 3,000, so we increased her walking 8 to 10K steps per day. That was it. Within weeks, she noticed less bloating, better digestion, more energy, and her waistline started tightening finally because her body was no longer spending most of the day inactive and sedentary. Your new standard needs to be 8 to 10K steps daily. Walking after meals if possible. Walking during your meetings if you need to. Walking on calls. Walking may not feel glamorous, but it's one of the most reliable fat loss habits you can have. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, maybe I'm doing some of these wrong, don't worry, because the next habit is where most women finally start seeing their waistline change. And ironically, it's where many women think they're doing the right thing. Habit number 3, train with intention. not random workouts. This is where high-achieving women sabotage themselves because you're consistent, but the plan is chaotic. Different workouts every week, random YouTube workouts, lots of sweat, but very little progression. And here's the truth, sweat is not a strategy. Soreness is not a metric, and feeling your abs burn does not mean belly fat is disappearing. Your body changes when muscles are challenged progressively. I had another client working out almost every single day, HIIT classes, ab workouts, online programs. She was exhausted, but her waist looked the same and she did not understand why. When we sat down and really talked about her routine, the issue became super obvious. There was no progression. Her body had nothing to adapt to. So we simplified everything. Instead of chaos, she followed structured strength Focus 20 workout. The same core movements repeated long enough to improve over time. And within weeks, her body started tightening. Her stomach finally flattened. Not because she worked harder, but because she trained smarter. Your structure should be 4 to 5 strength-based Focus 20 workouts weekly. Repeat movements long enough to improve on them. Focus on progressive overload because muscle is one of the biggest drivers of fat loss, especially as a woman ages. Now, this next habit is where many women believe they're eating healthy, but their body disagrees. Habit number 4, eat mostly whole foods. A lot of healthy diets are filled with protein bars, processed snacks, sugar-free drinks, packaged foods labeled fit or healthy or organic. And on paper, these look super good for you, right? But many of them actually have ingredients that trigger bloating, blood sugar spikes, inflammation. And inflammation shows up as belly bloating, stubborn stomach fat, fatigue. I had another client who told me she was eating healthy but constantly felt bloated. When we reviewed her diet, most of it consisted of protein bars and packaged snacks. So we changed her meals toward whole foods, lean protein, vegetables, berries, healthy fats. Within 2 weeks, her bloating dropped tremendously, and her stomach looked noticeably flatter because the body processes real food very differently than actual processed food. Here's your food rule. Most meals should be built around protein, vegetables, whole carbohydrates, healthy fats. Because after 35, food quality matters more than women even realize. And the final habit, this is the one high-performing women struggle with the most. Habit number 5, protect your sleep. You can get everything else right, but if your sleep is not good, your waist is gonna show it, girl. Sleep affects hunger, hormones, insulin sensitivity, stress hormone, fat storage. When sleep drops, cravings increase, especially for sugar and processed foods. I had a client doing everything right nutritionally, but she was sleeping around 5 hours per night. When we improved her sleep routine, consistent bedtime, less screen time, earlier dinner, within weeks she noticed more energy, fewer cravings, and better fat loss because sleep regulates so many of the hormones responsible for appetite and metabolism. Your sleep standard should be 7 hours when possible. Consistent bedtimes, limit late night stimulation and scrolling because sleep is not just recovery, it's a fat loss tool. Most women who actually achieve a small waist aren't chasing extreme programs. They're simply consistent with these habits. Protein-focused meals, daily walking, intentional strength training with Focus 20 workout, mostly whole foods, and consistent sleep. Individually, these habits seem super small and super simple, but together they create a body that naturally becomes leaner. Here's your 7-day reset plan. For the next week, protein at every meal, walk 8 to 10K steps daily, 4 to 5 strength focus 20 workouts. Focus on whole foods and prioritize sleep. Do this consistently and you will notice less bloating, fewer cravings, more energy, and a tighter waistline. And remember, if you want to lose belly fat even faster without guessing, overthinking, or doing this alone, you can join my free Flat Belly Challenge in the description below. And if you've been putting in effort, showing up, trying to stay consistent, but nothing's really changing, I get it. I've been there. You are not alone. In the next video, I'll show you what exercises actually get the ball rolling for your fitness, especially when things feel stuck. You can check it out here.